And life starts at the cell level. So 3 billion years ago, somehow life got organized. And there's three things that actually qualify life. And life has order. I could spell. Okay. So there's stuff in the cell, and every cell has similar stuff in it. All these different little things that allow the cell to function. So that cell is ordered. But when cells start for survival, you've got to get a bunch of cells together. So when we get a lot of cells together, then somebody's got to raise his hand and say, I'm going to be a skin cell, I'll be a bone cell, I'll be a muscle cell, I'll be a brain cell, and I'll be a heart cell. So there's all of a sudden, the cells start organizing. So when cells are organized, then we now have a process for life to function. But on top of that, we need one more thing. And what that is arenda. Now, I'm not being flip, okay, because actually the word arenda is an Iroquois, a Native American language, in the Iroquois language, that means the spirit force in all things. So basically, you need to have life force. That animated force, whatever it is. So we have animated force, it has to be ordered, and it has to be organized. So then we have life. Now, then there's all these little things inside the cell that make it work. And that started about 3 billion years ago. And the sum total of this evolutionary process, as cells keep duplicating, replicating, getting better, honing themselves, being more specialized, being more differentiated, the sum total of that 3 billion years of evolution is you, is me. Essentially, not only are we at the top of the food chain, but we're also at the top of the evolutionary ladder. So all these cells over all this time have combined to make you and make you function in a way. Now, the interesting thing, to realize 3 billion years, I kind of put a little piece of paper together, and kind of in the back it looks like lines. But if you look at it really closely, it's a bunch of dots. Okay? So on that piece of paper, it's just, what I did is I got my computer, I just put the period down, and I just let it run for a whole page. And then I asked the computer, how many? Okay? So there's 61 dots on a line, and there's 42 lines. Okay? So if Father Time would just take a pen, and every December 31st since 3 billion years ago, put a dot on the page, okay, in 61 years you'd have one line. Okay? And with 42 lines, that means on this page there is 2,562 years on one page. Okay? So let's say he wants to write a book. So he just does one page, puts it on the floor, and then in another 2,562 years, he puts another page down. Okay? So by the time you get 3 billion years, the stack of papers would be 388 feet tall. Okay? That's the height of a 31-story building. Okay? So if we climb up that building and we get a 12-foot ladder and we get to the top of the 31st story, and we climb to the top of that and we reach up and get the last 2 inches of paper down, that would be the sum total of the human history. So you see, life has been around for a very long time. They're constantly evolving, and the cream on the crop, the last 2 inches, is just us. So life has been around for a very long time, and cells have been organizing and having order and processes happening for a very, very long time. Now, for cells to function together in an organized manner, they have to have the ability that these cells work together. And they work together because there's master control systems. Now, the master control systems in the body, well, we kind of know one would be the DNA. So all your DNA coding is inside your cells. That's why I kind of look like my mom, and my kids look like me, and my fingers fit on my hand and my nose wouldn't fit on your face. I mean, there's a certain, orientation that these cells work together from the information inside them. So that gives me, hopefully, some security in terms of my DNA strength. It also encodes weaknesses as well. So, but the DNA gives my cells the function to have order and organizing itself. The other, well, I said there's 5 of them, right? There's 5 master control systems. So the second one is your brain and your nervous system. Okay? So your brain and nervous system is the organizing function so that you can hear what I'm saying. I can actually, in my mind, create a thought, make the muscles of my mouth work in a way that creates a sound wave that gets to your ear, which then translates and vibrates, and then your brain interprets my words, and we have communication. If I touch you, you can feel that because that pressure is now transduced into an electrical current. Okay? And if instead of a finger, if I had a knife, well, there would be a different response. So there's all these different kinds of things that the nervous system allows us to do. In fact, these cells in the body, not only are they organized, there's a heck of a lot of them. The estimates are we have 100 trillion to 35 quadrillion cells in the body, which is basically numbers that are too big to even count, to think about. I think 3 billion is a lot. I mean, these numbers are so much bigger than that. Basically, the number of stars in the universe, that's kind of what we're talking about, magnitudes of complexity that are amazing. But there are fibers from cells that go to 12 different nerves, go to each one cell. So the complexity of the nervous system to control and give the information is huge. And I studied that for 35 years, so I mean, it just amazed me. I thought I'd be there. But then I found out that the other system that is just as important is your endocrine system. Now, your endocrine system is all your glands. So there's the pituitary gland, there's the thyroid, the parathyroid, the thymus, pancreas, adrenal glands, sex glands, all these pockets of tissues, they give chemical messengers. And those chemical messages control the functions of every cell in your body. So the endocrine system is very important. The other important system, I'm running out of room here, that's why I'm cheating, over, is your immune system. Your immune system is not just one specific organ. It's cells all throughout your body. It's kind of like the police force or the MPs. Okay, the cells that actually are around your body to protect it from foreign invaders. So there's a whole community, different patrols and different things in terms of the immune system function that's really important. And the fifth one is also, is about the blood. It's your microcirculation. Okay, so your microcirculation is basically where your oxygen goes to the cell, where nutrients go to the cell, where waste products and waste gases are taken away from the cell. So your blood system, at the level of where the nutrients go to the cell and the waste products are taken away from the cell, is vital to your health. So if we think about that,